God has become tired of humanity, recently retired and left you in charge. Do you leave the rules exactly as they currently are, and if not, what changes will you be making? Noah, get the boat. Jesus is required to show up once a year to clarify some shit. I'm doing a hard restart on Earth. Hope you finished that last season of whatever show you were binging. Ironically, it was The Good Place. I'd change the Planck constant by 0.1% and watch the sun set on a grateful universe. I'm walking away too. Anybody that misrepresents me or my profits will turn bright blue. No commercials longer than 30 seconds. Bowflex, I'm looking at you. I would def mess with the laws of physics. E equals MC 100. I've abandoned too many Sims to have this kind of responsibility. Wait, there are rules. Yeah, but they change depending on who you're asking. I'd create a son to make the rules for me. I'm too lazy. New Testament. Change pandas' sexual preferences so they aren't endangered. If y'all don't work together from here on out, I'ma burn this shit to the ground. I make every living thing that's capable of farting rip one at the same time. A certain Calvin and Hobbes strip comes to mind. I choose two random people every night and place a Kit Kat under one's pillow and a turd under the other's. Watch and enjoy the conspiracy theories. Plot twist. The Kit Kat guy gets paranoid that someone is in her house, so much so that mental illness develops and has to be chucked into the loony bin. The turd guy has a cat, so it's just another Wednesday. Karma is real and quickly enforced in the most ironic of ways. Cut in front of someone in line, the person behind you gets the 100th customer special and they just ran out of the item you really wanted. Humiliate someone publicly for something undeserved. Have a panic attack that someone is going to do that to you next. Try to stab someone, you trip and fall on the knife instead. Oh yeah, and I guess get rid of mosquitoes, cancer, disease. Fix the Middle East, and get a second season of Firefly made. I'm God now. ... You guys are so Delete free will for a year, shape the world to perfection, and then return it. Watch from my disinterested perch as humans mess it all up again. Destroy the planet, kill each other, wreck other animals, etc. Rinse and repeat. Everyone can now fly. When people make a decision that affects other people, a similar effect will occur in your life. I wouldn't tell anyone though. So if you are nice to your neighbor on the left, your neighbor on the right will be nice to you. If you bully someone, you will be bullied too. But what if you only bully someone as karma because they bullied someone? Do you get bullied? And then who bullies your bully? I'd make the earth flat, just to laugh. No more rules. All games. Change the server to creative mode. Even if you don't worship me, you still get to come to a very nice place if you were a good person. You could also fix that by stopping in and saying what's up every now and then too. I would add the existence of magic. 1. Nerf anxiety, depression and suicidal feelings. 2. Buff karma in 10% and luck in 5%. 3. Discover how Reddit karma is calculated. Bad things no longer happen to good people. No more menstrual cycles. Babies can still be made without issue, but periods. They're not good for anyone. They impact self-esteem. They can interfere with everyday life. And some people have very severe ones that impact health. Also, menstrual stuff is expensive. Ask any woman trying to budget for tampons every month. That expense builds up. That's potentially grocery money. Periods. I would be doing a lot of smiting, mainly politicians. I'd probably have to read over the Bible a bit more to axe some of the stuff. But let's keep the 10 Commandments for the most part. Probably add some general stuff like try not to be a dick. I'll send a dude to tell you all the stuff. Don't worry, I'll write it all down on his hand before I do. If everyone is really cool to each other, I'll make Mars Earth too. Later, not now, I'm busy now. The second you try to interpret my will or force your religious views on someone, aka saying God me hates gays or hates this or that, I would strike you with lightning. No warning, no second chances. Lightning. Old Testament. The Church of God 2, Electric Boogaloo, New Testament values with Old Testament smitings. I'd make sure everyone actually had a soulmate and that they met said soulmate early on in life and that the relationship always ended up working out. People having to be alone. Nah, I create a bunch of really weird Mandela effects and really mess with people and their memories. No more mosquitoes. Everyone gets to respawn when they die. They can hang out in the lobby for a while, check their stats against a leaderboard, highest volume shit in one lifetime. Yeah, adjust their character however they like and then go back. This is a pretty chill game we're all playing from now on. No more children either. Nothing against kids, but the place is crowded enough already. And don't hit me with that what about the end of the universe shit. I'm God in this scenario. The universe ends as and when I say it will. People that abuse children will be visibly marked so society can easily identify them and punish them. I will turn the entire human race into deer and see what happens. Oh dear. I'm moving evolution up the chain a little. How do you all feel about goat people? Doesn't matter. You're getting goat people. I do not want that kind of responsibility. But if I can't opt out, I'd make the rule that everyone gets what they deserve. You work hard, you're going to get the promotions and raises you earned. You want to be a piece of shit, bad mojo is coming your way. It is now possible any human to instantly teleport over to an alternate Earth where humans never existed. They just have to will it to be so and it happens. You can take whatever you can carry standing up. If you want to come back, you just appear where you vanished from or nearby if that isn't practical for some reason. However, time passes at the same rate in both worlds. If you choose to share the location of your alternate Earth, other people can come with you. They can share that location too. Otherwise, no one will ever find you. You can do this as many times as you like. I step down and give the position to my cat. Mondays are cancelled. I'm adding a way to call heaven and vice versa. Cult has no followers in heaven. Awkward. Murder someone, they're dead and they've gotten heaven's endorsement as a good person. Good luck explaining why your victim thinks you did it. Actual clarification on what is or isn't a sin and why. Killing people doesn't stamp out their ideas, assuming they weren't shitheads. Leave the rules the same, but create other dimensions to essentially live in the video games, shows, other media I want as a god. I would do away with the whole heaven or hell thing. Instead, after you die you get to watch the effect your life had on everyone around you. That will end up being heaven or hell depending on what you did. Make gravity gradually lighter. People would think they get a lot stronger, and just as it gets really light, I put it back exactly as it used to be so people will suffer under the weight of their own uselessness. Pork, mixed fibers, and loving whomever are all cool now. Still not shellfish though. Those guys. You folks are all doomed. No more goats. What did I do to you? Remove evil. Allow 100% efficiency. Human water and food efficiency is 100%. Humans can drink salt water. Hell is no longer needed. Pardon sinners and remove evil from them. Parasites, disease, sickness etc. all become symbiotic. Have cancer, you're basically Deadpool now minus the deformity. Your body uses the unrestrained growth cells floating in you to just heal fast. Not really a change but more codifying what is already known. Danny DeVito is the gold standard in beauty. Roaches of any kind are right out. Cat calling now actually calls cats. 1. Instantly wipe out all mosquitoes. 2. It suddenly becomes inexplicably impossible for a woman to get pregnant unless she wants to have a baby. 3. Anyone who becomes obscenely rich becomes so obsessed with wealth equality that every billionaire uses their money and power to achieve the ultimate goal of being the last billionaire who ever lived. For number 2, how about it's only possible to conceive a child if both parties are willing to have and raise them, and make it work in the inverse as well, so if they're both trying to have a kid they're guaranteed to conceive. That'd be nice. You could almost say that God got tired of us once, then got tired of us again, so he retired. Littering is now a sin. Jacking off and homo are no longer sins, and I'm rebuilding the ozone layer and bringing back endangered species, and anti-vax is a sin. And anti-vax is a sin punishable by non-contagious measles. Hurt a cat dog. You will get struck by lightning. There shall be no suffering. Make all white people black and all black people white and see what happens. Actually show up on Earth and declare I'm God. People will say I'm a lunatic, but I can prove them wrong. I'll do it just to shut up all of the insert religious book here cherry pickers out there. I'd stop creating atheists. Bad for business. Oh, and stop giving babies AIDS. I'd stop creating atheists. Bad for business. You wouldn't need to stop making them. Just pop in and say hello and they suddenly disappear. For sure, if a god actually showed up, I'd immediately believe in divine power. I would make it so nobody can ever get sicknesses or permanently hurt, and everyone already with like cancer or paraplegia would be healed instantly. And also I would clean up the earth and repopulate all the animal species and make a huge announcement to humanity saying like, I'm giving you all a second chance. Don't screw this up again. But I wouldn't actually be mean to them if they still killed lots of animals or ruined the atmosphere again, because I could just fix it again with like a thought. So yes. Escape velocity is lowered by 40%. Be fun to see what happens now. Great idea. The flood thing was so noob. Better to let everyone asphyxiate when the Earth loses much of its atmosphere to space. Give humans real free will. So like free to make your own decisions without the promise of heaven or hell. Cool. I think he might have meant free from the laws of physics and determinism. But that would be nice too. Maybe I could finally find out if my crush likes me. Or you could force them to with the threat of eternal damnation. Also, say something. If there's one thing life and Reddit have taught me, it's that it's best to take that chance. May cause heartbreak. May find love, and there's a good chance that either way, it probably won't be the last time for either. I'd probably make the long Earth a reality, at least having infinite copies of the world that haven't been deforested, mined out, etc., each superimposed over an adjoining reality and accessible by any individual, or maybe make any reality accessible from any other reality, so there's no chance of being caught in a dead zone where all the worlds left and right of you have been destroyed. It'd solve pretty much all the problems we as humans face. Infinite resources, infinite land, infinite room to expand, infinite places with clean air just a step away. It'd be hard to keep anybody prisoner. You couldn't enslave or trap people. Borders stop being a thing. Governments lose much of their power, and so forth. Sure, a few problems would be created, but so many more would be solved. Kids won't take the genetics of their parents. Birth is now literally a lottery. Black parents. Blonde blue-eyed kid. Sure, parents are 5, 6, son is 7, 2. Paternity test. Racism. We'll find something else to hate each other for. No parent would ever outlive their child. How did he die? Just collapsed dead 2 seconds before that truck flattened his son out there. First, a purge. Change the spelling of Wednesday. A bunch of cool mythical creatures are about to become not so mythical. Taking care of the whole world by myself sounds like a lot of work, so I'm gonna promote some people I trust to demigod status and give them each certain specialty domains they can oversee, and probably set up some system by which mortals can attain minor godhood as well if they prove themselves worthy. I'll let the Pantheon handle most things, and I'll mostly just supervise to resolve disputes and step in if they start abusing their power. Now that we have a minor Pantheon going, we'll need a place to house it. Some sort Valhalla, Olympus crossover where we can all hang out doing God stuff when we aren't busy taking care of the world. To further reduce the workload of taking care of the world, I'll scatter about a bunch of magic artifacts that can help people out. Magic crystals that heal people who touch them. Totems that make crops grow well. Amulets to ward off diseases. Legendary swords that can slay dangerous beasts. That sort of thing. The more humanity can take care of its own problem, the less they have to nag me about them. I'll stage epic events every so often. Alien invasions. Trickster fae, or localized zombie outbreaks. Nothing that humanity can't handle. Stuff just big enough to keep things from getting stagnant and boring. No, now major crimes, murder without a cause, rape, destroying someone's life result in actual death. Give people an example. Why not just stop the crime in a proactive manner? probably just change the 5-second rule to 10 seconds in case the food rolls under the couch, then gift myself to women. First order of business Hunger Games. Every year. If a human has kids, then they stop being immortal. If a human is immortal, even if they're totally destroyed, they get recreated in the closest hospitable environment to them and they don't age over their late 20s. Have a lot of kids with mortals and watch everyone get mad as religious sects are formed over which one is my true child. Laugh a lot as they are all my children and watch the ensuing chaos in a Zeus-like fashion.